the lockdown created a lot of fear in organizations and their people because they did not know what was coming. And our brain is very much set on preparing us for action or things that happen. And neurologically, with the neuroscience and the brain and the way COVID set up the fear pattern, the brain, it had a lot of trouble handling it. And so that impacted many of the other ways that people respond to different situations. And so for them, one of the things that I always start with the teams with this is bringing a level of trust into the team. So when you get into situations where teams become fragmented, they have silos, they're, you could talk about it as a toxic culture, but not every culture is toxic. They just have gaps, and it creates dysfunction. And so what I really like to start out with is bringing an element of understanding what happens between trust and distrust in teams. What happens with the brain, what happens with the science, what happens, and I bring it at a level that they just eat up the knowledge because it's like, oh my gosh, I can really relate to this, and now I understand what's happening. So the ambiguity is diminished, but then they know what to do in order to build more of a trust pattern amongst themselves and mitigate the distrust that could be forming. So that's where I start, because people have to be all on the same page, and it really minimizes the defensiveness and the potential resistance to the next implementation tools that we bring in, so that they understand that, oh, it's okay for me to say this and share this and to be heard, and it's okay that we're developing these tools that help clarify expectations. Then I know what I need to do to be successful in my position, as well as be understood and be less micromanaged. So all parties like it because they know that they can what they need to do, and the leaders and managers don't need to micromanage and look over the shoulders. So you got to start with the building of the trust before you can start to implement tools that help people be successful in their positions.